Kiedyś nie byłem w jej typie, a dzisiaj do mnie wydzwania, jakbym był jej narkotykiem. Ej, patrz jak się zmieniło życie, zdaję sobie sprawę, że już nie gramy w tej samej lidze. Ej, wiele osób mi tak bliskich dzisiaj jest bardzo daleko, więc odpalam za nich znicze. Ej, to nie, że mam znieczulicę, bo to życie nauczyło mnie, że to jest tylko biznes. Blizna na bliźnie, życie to nie Disney. Gdy patrzę na syna, widzę swoją podobiznę. Plik za plikiem liczę, tak jak przez tunel mam wizję. Być lepszą wersją samego siebie, mam ambicje. Moje życie tak jak lustro, odbicie w muzyce. Kolejny przyjaciel ucieka przed kończym listem. Co drugi mi mówi bracie i to jest tak płytkie, a na palcach zliczę tych, co naprawdę są przy mnie. Uczę się na nowo, trzeźwo cieszyć życiem. Jedna noga na ulicy, a druga show biznes. Telefon na podsłuchu, dlatego mówię szyfrem. Brudne pieniądze zarobione na syfie, ale gdzie? Tylko daleko stąd. Pytasz gdzie? Dla mnie to nieistotne. Miałem sen, no i spełniłem go, ale głód rośnie, chcę jeszcze troszkę. Bóg jest po mojej stronie, klamka za pasem i stróżem aniołem. Bóg jest po mojej stronie, klamka za pasem.
Botrix has correctly joined the channel.
Take take me where I can't escape, even when I know it's all in me. Only you can make me feel this way. Your wicked love is all I crave. Baby, I can't help but want you. Show me everything you're hiding. Burn me slowly, leave me crave for it. It's your fire that keeps me alive. Touch me and tease me.
Halo, halo, szkiripiri, siema, siema, zachęcam i zapraszam do subskrypcji kanału. Kurwa, legendarny domek. Pierwszy z domków na serwerze. To jest legenda, nie domek. Tak jak Hawcik ma w nawiasie legenda, tak samo ten domek.
Entered your car, saw you take off your ring. Babe, don't you worry, 'cause I know. But I don't feel bad, baby, I never did. I do this for myself, and I feel no guilt. I just don't care, I'm just the girl you like, and I'm just the girl you want instead of her. I swear it gets better with every single move. Yeah. Oh, I get so much better knowing that it's wrong. Yeah. Babe, I like
No i miał być zalas i chyba za 20 ileś minut.
you're not the first, darling, you won't be the last. I don't need to tell you my present or past. You can call me crazy, but it just turns me on. What will you do, dear, if we get caught? I just don't care, I'm just
W sumie, tak na serio, zamiast kombinować, to powinniśmy poczekać sobie na bossa. Rzeczy. I robić sobie pod górkę. Tylko z górki.
Remember that night down by the bar? You bought me a drink, told me how freaky you are. That spoke to me. We kept in touch. Now I think I've waited, baby, way too much. For you all talk, I wanna see. Is it whips or chains? What do you got for me? Baby, make this night memories of our love. Make me don't wanna forget. Keep this night going, yeah. And you make me wet. Oh, now I'm shaking. Baby, I don't wanna stop. Tie me to the bed, cover my eyes, come to my ear and tell me my prayers. Marks on my neck, all over myself. The way that I feel better than I ever felt. Will you all talk? I wanna see. Is it whips or chains? What do you got for me? Baby, make this night memories of our love. Make me don't wanna forget. Keep this night going, yeah. And make me so wet. Oh, now I'm shaking. Baby, I don't wanna stop. I feel the pleasure, I feel the pain, I feel you inside me, it drives me insane. Baby, make this night memories of our love. Make me don't wanna forget. Keep this night going, yeah. And you make me wet. Oh, now I'm shaking. Baby, I don't wanna stop. Oh, no. Remember that night at your house? Baby, that's the best night I ever had. I built a world where you're mine, love. Every step you take, every moment, every touch feels so perfect tonight. I'm losing myself, but then I found myself in you. Baby, when we touch, feels like the world only for two.
Ale ekspiora, co? Na roku. Zapierdolam do Expanda.
So you can ease your stress. Whenever you need it, tell me what's on your mind. You'll be the director. Do you want my hands tied? It just gets me wetter. Oh, let's make something to keep me in your head. Babe, take your phone out and put me on record. I'll strip down for you, I'll dance for you. My body's right here just for you to play. Oh, we ain't got no script. I'll do all that you want, baby. How long is your trip for? Can't you just skip it? 'Cause I'm gonna miss you. I'm addicted to you, babe. I'd rather you stay so we could keep going.
Misja Wilk.
You gotta leave, baby, no point in slowing. I'll strip down for you, I'll dance for you. My body's right here just for you to play. Oh, we ain't got no script. I'll do all that you want, baby. How long is your trip for? Can't you just skip it? 'Cause I'm gonna miss you. I'm addicted
Siema
to
Czaja
you,
TV.
babe.
Tu jest Sokołka, witam.
So we could keep going. But if you've gotta leave, baby, no point in slowing.
Nie mam kamerki włączonej, nie chciało mi się włączyć.
Remember the way we used to play naked on the couch watching movies. You start to tease me, making me sweat. Played me till I'm so wet, and I can feel it start to drip. And I miss the nights we spent together. How you held me tight, it was love and pleasure. I wanted so bad, your sweetest kiss, over and over like we used to do. I wanted Slide that door open for me. Lead me with your hand. I don't care who came before me. I don't need no diamond rings. Said we had champagne on ice, but I just wanna love you. Every second feels so hot, baby. I've been waiting for a night like this. 'Cause I got your message. I read it out loud. I put on my
Ej, zjadłem sobie chipsa i idę dziewczynie chipsy dać.
baby. Are you ready for it? So tell me you want me. Show me you mean it. Do all the things that you wanna do. Yeah, do me like I'm your slave. Undress me like you mean it. Baby, make this night memory we won't forget. And baby, you know that I want you. And darling, I know that you want me. Love the way you pull me closer, with your hand around my waist. How you started moving slowly, telling me you wanna taste. Baby, I'm not one for begging, but you got me on my knees. There will be a time for resting. Now we have a different scene. 'Cause I got your message. I read it out loud. I put on my beautiful dress. You'll tell me you want me. Show me you mean it. Do all the things that you wanna do. Yeah, do me like I'm your slave. Undress me like you mean it. Baby, make this night memory we won't forget. And baby, you know that I want you. And darling, I know that you want me. So baby, take my dress off, throw it on the floor. Pull me close on your body, baby, I'm ready for your love. So tell me you want me, show me you mean it. Do all the things that you wanna do. Yeah, do me like I'm your slave. Undress me like you mean it. Baby, make this night moment we won't forget. And baby, you know that I want you. And darling, I know that you want me, want me.
Kiedy ja ciszki, jak miło. Skiri-piri,
I know you are dangerous. The scars of your love still lingers, but I don't know why I'm back again. It might be the way you touch me, or is it your smell, scent of your body, the way that you tease Tell me beautiful lies, I'll close my eyes, my hands are tied. Tell me beautiful lies, I'll roll the dice, but I've made up my mind. Baby, tell me you love me, even if you don't mean it. I know you're the liar, baby, just tell me that you love me. Baby, tell me you love me, even if you don't mean it. You're walking and I'm stripped bare. Every glance makes me shiver. Your sexy voice drives me insane. I'm addicted to this dangerous game. I thought I knew how passion tastes be, but with you it feels crazy. Your touch burns me deeper. Take me with you, baby. I'm burning under your love. You got me, baby, you got me now. I'm melting under
Ale szkiri piripa. Będzie ekipa czy nie na Zelosa?
Losing control. I don't care if I'm loud. I want them to know, darling, don't doubt the love. Heat all over me. We're making waves. Touch every part of me till only pleasure remains. Babe, you know I want you, and I'm drown, baby, I'm drowning in your love. Dim down the lights, set up the mood. You know just the way to make me feel good. Started off slow, follow my breath. Don't miss a spot, baby. Play me the way I like. My heart is racing, baby, I can't wait. Your lips exploring a forbidden place in my life, and it's driving me crazy.
W sumie niech on se kurwa blaczy, to bananki. Atakują, tym co? To może mocno nabiegła. Kurwa, jak jest na tym etapie problem z bossem, to ja pierdolę. No to nie, ten zaraz nie będzie zrobiony. Ja wam od razu to mówię, że nie będzie zrobiony. Nikt nie kwituje, wszyscy spierdalają.
Hold my hands, let me please you. Lay me bare, let me need you. No one knows how you keep me. What's your secret, baby? Bend the rules just to please you. You threw me and I'm trembling, and I love it when you do that to me. Tell me your secret, darling, please. Give me your love, baby. Pull me deeper as I lose myself. Please, your kind of love takes me places I've never felt. We don't need a reason, no, no. I don't need a season. I just wanna lose myself in your arms tonight. We don't need forever, no, no. I don't need a promise, yeah. I just wanna drown in your love tonight. Oh, drown in your love tonight. Hold me close, take me with you. Taste my lips as you claim my soul. Let my body forget its name. And I'm begging now. Please give me your love, baby. Pull me deeper as I lose myself. Please, your kind of love takes me places I've never felt. We don't need a reason, no, no. I don't need a season. I just wanna lose myself in your arms tonight. We don't need forever, no, no. I don't need a promise. I just wanna drown in your love tonight. Drown in your love tonight. Take my hand, let me feel your desire. You know how to set my soul on fire.
Kurde, takie domki ludzie mają.
In your arms, there's no need to hide. I give it all to stay tonight. We don't need a reason, no, no. I don't need a season. I just wanna lose myself in your arms tonight. We don't need forever, no, no. Let your heart beat the way. It's our time to play now. Steady still. Let me see the look inside. Let the game begin. I urge you to step into this world. Want you to follow how I play. I'll show you to feel what is real pleasure. I'll make you love the pain, feeling breathless. Trust me, you might be good tonight. Body went crazy. You're my addiction, babe. Like a drug taste of ecstasy. We played it perfectly. I felt it deep for your love. But what happened now, babe? Why you turned your back on me? I don't know if this was love, but we both love the way we play. You've been so cold lately, and it broke me. Don't just stand and watch me. Baby, I've told you before. I want it, I need it. What are you waiting for? Baby, come on. You push me against the wall. Oh, make me crawl. Baby, come on. I feel your tongue all over my body. I've waited so long, it drives me crazy. I want you to stay. What will I do? Tell me what you've been dreaming, I'll make it true. I hear you coming, ready for my love. Got nothing on me. Don't just stand and watch me. Baby, I've told you before. I want it, I need it. What are you waiting for? Baby, come on. Push me against the wall. Oh, make me crawl. Baby, come on. Give me a taste. I'll sit on it. Don't let me go. I'll be screaming your name. Baby, I've told you before. I want it, I need it. What are you waiting for? Baby, come on. You push me against the wall. Oh, make me crawl. Baby, come on.
Gdzie ekspiłeś na setnym levelu? Gdzie ekspiłem na setnym levelu? Bardzo dobre pytanie. Niech spróbuję sobie przypomnieć. Setny level. Wyrmy na pewno biłem. Na początku wampiry biłem też. Pojedyncze potworki, nie? Ten Nightmartiony gdzieś próbowałem podjeżdżać. Co ja próbowałem robić na setnym levelu? Kurwa, było to pytanie. To było tak niedawno, a że tyle potworów bije, to ciężko mi jest powiedzieć. Ja bym ci mogę powiedzieć, co bije od, nie wiem, 170, to pamiętam. Ale tak na setnym to już nie pamiętam. No, normalnie, wyrmy, grimy, możesz cave'a sobie bić, grimu pierwszego na Elachar. Rzucasz sobie bombkę, ładnie atakuje z daleka, przechodzą, później Nightmary z góry, nawet nie uciekają, bo nie mają gdzie. Tam są na dole chyba za 3 albo 4 nawet grimy. Tam możesz sobie bić pojedynczo, bo miał dobrego expa. Ja na pewno grimy podejrzewam, ale były cały czas gdzieś zajęte. Później sobie obczaiłem, że jednego cave'a mogę bić i dalej będę miał respa, nie? A jak respa nie miałem, to wskakiwałem na górę, żeby zabić parę nightmarów. To była spoko opcja. No i na pewno wyrmy męczyłem. Chwilkę. Kulty w Kalin były jakieś podjazdy, ale to były w teamie. Widzowie, pamięta ktoś z was, co biłem na 7 levelu? Chyba wystarczy tego kurwa elfowania. Jeszcze nawet tutaj elf się zgubił.
Remember those cold nights? You treated me like a princess, saying you loved me, baby, you were holding me tight. And now you said I'm too good for you. What the hell? I remember the tears, the pain and the dreams. That day when you left me, the weight was so heavy. 'Cause I still can't believe why you tore us apart. Why don't you deserve me when we both played the hell? Now that you're gone, nothing feels the same. And the way I've been
Warhajeny?
driving
No właśnie. Werbadgery. Ty na Edron możesz napierdalać tym palkiem. Tam będziesz miał dobry ek. Możesz sobie bombę rzucać, bądź też wole. Przypomniało mi się, nie? O.
what the hell?
Skiripiri. Kurwa, kolejny znalazł file. Kurwa, Unreal, co nie? Już 7 razy już kiedy kurwa tego znalazłem. Ale kicha. Jakiś kazał strzyż Skiripiri.
You try to play it cool, but I can feel your hand shaking. You've lost under my light. I'm not really a shy girl, I just know what feels so right. And I'm good at the things that you dream about. I'm not really a shy girl, but I'll let you take your time. And you can pull me closer if you figure me out. You thought you'd break me down, but baby I'm the one in charge. You're spinning from my touch. The way you whispered slow, it's like you're telling me too much, but I don't mind at all. I'm not really a shy girl, I just know what feels so right. And I'm good at the things that you dream about. I'm not really a shy girl, but I'll let you take your time. And you can pull me closer if you figure me out. I want love tonight, baby. I want your
To ja na DJ-a.
fire.
I kurwa, ciekawe.
I want everything tonight, baby. I want to feel your fire, your fire. I'm not really a shy girl, I just know what feels so right. And I'm good at the things that you dream about. I'm not really a shy girl, but I'll let you take your time. And you can pull me closer if you figure me out. I'm not really a shy girl, but I'm good at the things that you dream about. What happens next is up to you. I don't know why, but you got what I like. You get me high every night. Know that it's wrong, but you always do me good. Why is it that every night I want
This is too much because nic się nie dzieje. Druida online nie ma też.
Cause I will do everything. This feeling is so crazy, babe. I want you, nothing else
To
matters.
jest.
You and me, maybe we're meant to be. Call me any name that you want. Touch me in every way most men can. Show me how a gentleman can make a girl go numb. These other men are irrelevant when you do me like that. It's your touch, your smile that makes me wanna. Your smell, your eyes, you really got me feeling like, boy, come take me, grab me, shake me, do all the things you want to, baby. Come drive me crazy, take over all my body, lay me down low, 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 and make me beg for more. Baby, make me like a fool, yeah. This feeling driving me
Teraz to się świeci i się świeci. Ciekawe.
Mokry piędek, ale jeszcze mokry słuchajcie. Mokry są, to mógł być taki mokry piędek, ale jeszcze o kurwa, idziemy się przebrać widzowie. O kurwa, idziemy się przebrać widzowie. Idziemy przebierać gacie, kurwa. Idziemy przebrać gacie. Nie.
Baby, I can't help but want you. Show me everything you're hiding. Burn me slowly, leave me crave
You may have been alright.
fire
O.
that keeps me alive. Touch me and tease me, crave me, don't leave me. Do me harder and harder. It's the thrill that I desire. Lost deeper together. Higher, your touch is my obsession. And though you're forbidden, you're the only one I need. Boy, you light a fire I can't stop. Even when you're playing with it, only you can take me
Interesy.
high.
Kurwa. Libijskie.
Feel like paradise. Baby, I can't help but want you. Show me everything you're hiding. Burn me slowly, leave me crave for it. It's your fire that keeps me alive. Touch me and tease me, crave me, don't leave me. Do me harder
Kiri, kiri.
Stany Zjednoczone to najważniejszy i najsilniejszy sojusznik Polski. Dlatego w pierwszą wizytę zagraniczną prezydent Nawrocki wybrał się do USA. Obecna głowa państwa polskiego, tak jak jego poprzednik, kontynuuje przyjacielskie relacje z przywódcą Stanów Zjednoczonych. Trump, który wsparł Nawrockiego jeszcze w trakcie kampanii prezydenckiej, traktuje go jak równego sobie partnera w dyskusji o bezpieczeństwie Europy. Zupełnie za to pomija rząd polski, którego przedstawiciele przez lata obrażali środowisko republikańskiego prezydenta. Teraz minister Sikorski i premier Tusk próbują pouczać Nawrockiego, jak ma prowadzić rozmowy. Komentatorzy wskazują, że rząd kieruje się frustracją i goryczą spowodowaną faktem, że z nimi takich rozmów Donald Trump prowadzić nie chce. O tym powiemy w wiadomościach w Polsce. Marta Piasecka, witam państwa serdecznie. Zapraszam.
Zgadać z nim nie chcę.
Ułatwienia panu pracy Rada Ministrów przyjęła stanowisko, tak aby pan prezydent wiedział, czego się trzymać w rozmowach.
Radosław Sikorski i jego absurdalne instrukcje dla prezydenta.
Trochę przypomina zabawę dzieci w piaskownicy.
Muszę się zapoznać ze wszystkimi sprawami, które się tutaj dzieją.
Czy Instytut Pileckiego wróci na właściwy kurs?
Pani minister również powinna podać się do dymisji po tym, co się działo wokół sygnalistów, tego jak była informowana o nieprawidłowościach w instytucie, a ona to przekazywała do samego zainteresowanego.
Jak zabiłeś i ukradłeś, to musisz winę wyznać, musisz przeprosić i musisz zadośćuczynić.
Niemieckie media oburzone żądaniami w sprawie reparacji.
Przyjeżdżają tutaj, mówią tak, to my przepraszamy, tylko nic za tym nie idzie.
Radosław Sikorski znów próbuje instruować prezydenta Karola Nawrockiego. Po ujawnionej w ubiegłym tygodniu instrukcji dziś nagrał filmik z kolejnymi pouczeniami przed wizytą w Białym Domu. Problem w tym, że realnie kompetencji w zakresie kontaktów ze Stanami Zjednoczonymi po prostu nie ma, bo sam zniszczył relacje z Donaldem Trumpem. Przypomnijmy, nazwał go w przeszłości protofaszystą i rosyjskim agentem. W Waszyngtonie nie jest ani poważany, ani zapraszany do poważnych rozmów. To prezydent Nawrocki, nie rząd Tuska, przejmuje dziś inicjatywę w relacjach z Ameryką. O tym opowie Piotr Pawelec.
MSZ Radosława Sikorskiego nie przestaje prowokować tuż przed wizytą prezydenta Karola Nawrockiego w Stanach Zjednoczonych. Zastępca Donalda Tuska próbuje instruować polskiego prezydenta, jak ten powinien prowadzić rozmowy w Białym Domu.
Dla ułatwienia panu pracy Rada Ministrów przyjęła stanowisko, tak aby pan prezydent wiedział, czego się trzymać w rozmowach.
Już w ubiegłym tygodniu media ujawniły tak zwaną instrukcję MSZ dla Kancelarii Prezydenta. Jednostronicowy dokument dyktował, co rzekomo może mówić, a czego nie może mówić polski prezydent.
Uchwaliliśmy stanowisko Rady Ministrów przed najbliższą wizytą prezydenta w USA, czyli to, co prezydent ma mówić, a czego nie mówić.
Jedno jest pewne, że prezydent Nawrocki wie dokładnie od nas, czego Polska oczekiwałaby po tej wizycie.
W skrócie, instrukcja zawierała m.in. zalecenia, by przekonywać Donalda Trumpa, żeby był milszy dla Berlina i Brukseli. Krytycy podkreślali, że tak sformułowane kierunki dyplomacji to próba nieudolnego pouczania prezydenta osłabiająca pozycję Polski.
To rzeczywiście jest trochę przypomina zabawę dzieci w piaskownicy. Mówię o stronie rządowej w sytuacji, kiedy sprawa jest naprawdę poważna. No z jednej strony właśnie to są takie wypowiedzi pana Sikorskiego, z drugiej strony próba za wszelką cenę wepchnięcia się do Białego Domu w sytuacji, kiedy doskonale wiemy, że Radosław Sikorski jest tam niemile widziany.
Obok prowokacji MSZ pojawiają się próby ośmieszenia rozmów Nawrocki-Trump. Poseł Polski 2050 Aleksandra Leo rozmowy w Waszyngtonie próbuje sprowadzić do poziomu czerwonej czapeczki.
Może prezydent przywiezie jeszcze czerwoną czapeczkę z daszkiem.
Jest taka szansa.
Nawet nie chcę tego komentować. To, co robi pani poseł, to jest w ogóle niepoważne. Ta wizyta powinna być, jest bardzo ważna, ale też powinna być wspierana przez wszystkich posłów, przez wszystkie ministerstwa, a tutaj mamy po prostu dzieci nade.
Teraz rządzący dziwią się, że przedstawiciel MSZ nie został uwzględniony w składzie polskiej delegacji do Waszyngtonu.
Obecność nawet ministrów, wiceministrów podczas wizyt głowy państwa jest niezbędna. I to nie dotyczy tylko tego typu wizyty na tak wysokim szczeblu jak spotkanie z prezydentem Stanów Zjednoczonych, ale każdej innej.
Pewnie prezydent Trump tylko się uśmiechnie do prezydenta Nawrockiego i wyrazi mu współczucie, z jakimi osobami musi w Polsce współpracować.
Biorąc pod uwagę zachowanie rządu i wcześniejsze wypowiedzi rządzących na temat Donalda Trumpa, trudno dziwić się kancelarii prezydenta, która podkreśla, że rząd i tak nie jest w stanie prowadzić polityki międzynarodowej ze Stanami Zjednoczonymi, ponieważ z administracją Donalda Trumpa nie ma żadnych relacji. Piotr Pawelec, Wiadomości w Polsce.
Takie relacje już ma za to prezydent Karol Nawrocki, a wcześniej miał prezydent Andrzej Duda. Przypomnijmy zatem spotkania, jakie odbywali obydwaj prezydenci. I tak oto 6 lipca 2017 roku Andrzej Duda przyjął Donalda Trumpa w Warszawie. Podczas tego spotkania z ust prezydenta USA padły słowa: Ameryka kocha Polskę i Polaków. Wtedy też miało miejsce wyjątkowe przemówienie, w którym Trump podkreślił wagę bohaterskiej historii Polski. 2 miesiące później Andrzej Duda przyjechał na zaproszenie prezydenta USA do Waszyngtonu, co powtórzył również 2 razy w 2019 roku. Podczas pierwszej z tych wizyt prezydenci podpisali wspólną deklarację o współpracy obronnej w zakresie obecności sił zbrojnych USA na terytorium Polski. Ostatnie z tych spotkań miało miejsce przed szczytem NATO. W 2020 roku prezydent Duda kolejny raz przyjął zaproszenie od Donalda Trumpa, a spotkanie odbyło się kilka dni przed kolejnymi wyborami prezydenckimi, które wygrał Andrzej Duda. Kolejne spotkanie odbyło się na początku tego roku. Łącznie prezydent Andrzej Duda spotkał się oficjalnie aż 6 razy z Donaldem Trumpem. To były oficjalne spotkania. Wszystkie spotkania odbywały się w wyjątkowo przyjaznej, ciepłej atmosferze. Następca prezydenta Dudy, Karol Nawrocki, spotkał się z amerykańską głową państwa tuż przed wyborami prezydenckimi, a po oficjalnym zaprzysiężeniu na urząd głowy państwa spotka się z nim już jutro. Obecnie jest w drodze. A teraz w wiadomościach coś, co łączy się z polityką międzynarodową, bo pamięć o naszej historii to podstawa naszej tożsamości. O niej zresztą wspomina często Donald Trump. Czy Instytut Pileckiego wróci do swojej misji, jaką jest pielęgnowanie pamięci o ofiarach systemów totalitarnych, a nie ideologii i propagandy? Jest na to szansa. Od dziś obowiązki dyrektora objął Karol Madaj, który swoje pierwsze kroki po nominacji skierował do celi rotmistrza Pileckiego. Madaj zastąpił skompromitowanego wcześniej Krzysztofa Ruchniewicza, który ku zadowoleniu wielu w końcu został zdymisjonowany. Jego następca już określił, że będzie wracał do wczesnej ideologii, właściwie do tego, o czym powinien być Instytut Witolda Pileckiego. No właśnie, i o tym już teraz Piotr Czyżewski.
Ten piękny, zbudowany w stylu modernistycznym, nawiązujący do architektury II Rzeczpospolitej budynek, to nowa siedziba Instytutu Solidarności i Męstwa imienia Witolda Pileckiego w Warszawie. Zostanie uroczyście otwarty za 3 tygodnie. Nie otworzy już go właśnie zwolniony z pracy dyrektor Krzysztof Ruchniewicz, tylko dyrektor Karol Madaj, który od niedzieli kieruje Instytutem. Choć dymisji Ruchniewicza wiele środowisk domagało się od dawna.
Dopiero wczoraj tutaj przejąłem stery tak naprawdę, więc muszę się zapoznać ze wszystkimi sprawami, które się tutaj dzieją. I jak Państwo wiecie dobrze, podstawową sprawą, którą muszę zbadać, to jest sprawa oddziału w Berlinie.
Poprzedni dyrektor Krzysztof Ruchniewicz został zwolniony według ministra Czajkowskiej za niedopełnienie przez niego obowiązków w zakresie umożliwienia statutowego funkcjonowania Instytutu Pileckiego poprzez wadliwe zamierzenia programowe, wadliwą politykę komunikacyjną i wadliwe decyzje zarządcze.
Dziś przedstawiłam wyniki postępowania wyjaśniającego w sprawie Instytutu oraz moje decyzje. Postępowanie w Ministerstwie Kultury wykazało, że Hanna Radziejowska nie posiadała i nie mogła posiadać statusu sygnalistki. Podjęłam decyzję o odwołaniu profesora Ruchniewicza z funkcji dyrektora Instytutu Pileckiego.
Ale to tylko oficjalna narracja władzy. Przypomnijmy kluczowe fakty. Hanna Radziejowska, szefowa berlińskiego oddziału Instytutu Pileckiego, wysłała do minister Cienkowskiej poufne informacje w trybie sygnalisty o nieprawidłowościach, jakich dopuścił się Ruchniewicz. Minister Cienkowska nie tylko nie zachowała informacji w poufności, do czego była zobowiązana ustawowo, ale poinformowała o tym Ruchniewicza, a ten zwolnił z pracy Hannę Radziejowską. Teraz, ratując własną posadę, minister Cienkowska zwolniła Ruchniewicza z funkcji dyrektora Instytutu.
Form zaakceptowania została wyrzucona. Powiem tak, no pani minister, za takie błędy
Się do dymisji po tym, co w instytucie, a ona...
This right here is a 2017 Hyundai Elantra, and as you can see, it has been wrecked in the back pretty bad, but I'm gonna fix it and flip it and hopefully make a very big profit on it. This Hyundai Elantra is the limited edition. In 2017, this was the top tier trim level. It has leather seating, a touchscreen radio, all the upgrades on this car that you can get, this thing has. All around, this is a very nice vehicle, and once it's fixed up, I think it's gonna look very sharp. Let's talk about price points and how much I paid for this car. I paid $3,000 for this vehicle as is. When I checked the comps around me, they're going between $75 to $8, all the way up to $9,000 for this trim level and this amount of miles it has on it. Now, when you're selling wrecked cars, it is pretty grimy if you ask for top dollar, so I am not planning on doing that. When I go about selling these vehicles, I make sure the new owner knows the amount of work I put into it, everything I've done to it, and the history of the vehicle. That way I'm not scamming anyone out of anything, and I make sure people know what they're buying. I fix these cars to the best of my ability, and I have full trust in them. Let me give you a walk around and an overview of this whole car and see what needs fixed and what needs replaced and what we need to focus on mainly. On the front end of the car, it doesn't look too bad. Obviously, the front bumper has been damaged. You can see some cracks in the front bumper cover, along with the grille being smashed in a little bit. Headlights are a little dull, nothing that we can't buff out and fix. This front bumper could be fixed, but right here where it mounts onto the fender, all the mounting points have been ripped off. So this is a very hard thing to fix, and the right thing to do is just replace this whole bumper. See right here with this pile of glue, it looks like whoever fixed this thing before just put a ton of glue or caulking and slapped it back on the fender. They did not fix it the proper way, but I definitely will. Who's a good boy? That's pretty much all the damage on the front end. The fender looks a little bit misaligned. And if you open the hood, you can see this fender is actually not original to the car. So this fender has been replaced before, but the paint looks in pretty good condition. I just need to align the fender a little bit better. Walking around the driver's side of the car, there is nothing wrong with this side. Nothing wrong. But once you get towards the back, you can see a little bit more of the damage. There looks to be a little bit of a dent right here in this quarter panel. I think I can pop that back out, or maybe when I pull out this trunk, that might fix itself. Now moving up the passenger side is in the same condition. All this stuff looks to be in good shape. I don't see any dings or dents or anything on the side until you get to the quarter panel. Quarter panel will definitely need replaced. If you are really good at doing body work, you might be able to pull that back out and fix it. But I do not think I have the capability to fix that, nor would I really want to, because it would need a lot of body filler, a lot of body work, a lot of time putting into fixing that, and it's not really the correct thing to do. So definitely going to be replacing this corner panel, and we'll splice it in right where you need to. Splicing in a quarter panel on these sedan vehicles means you have to remove this rear glass. Luckily, it did not get cracked or broken in the wreck, but I will have to remove this to replace this quarter panel. Now it's time to focus on the main damage. This looks really bad, but believe me when I say it's not terrible. Looks can be deceiving. This looks really bad, but it did miss a lot of the main structural parts. This right here is the impact bar, and it missed it. It hit right above there and just pushed in all this really thin metal. All this will be able to pull back and replaced pretty easily. I'm really confident this will be very easy to fix. These door gaps are still in perfect shape. So as for back here, we need a new quarter panel, trunk support, I'm not really sure what it's called, need that, and obviously need a new trunk, and probably some new hinges, because I'm sure these got bent. As long as it still drives perfectly straight down the road, I think we're good. Now moving on to the inside.
Ciekawe, nie? Kurwa, że ludzie też mają taką zajawkę. Ale robić, potrafić zrobić, to już jest połowa sukcesu tak naprawdę, nie? To jest dobry content ogólnie, takie coś.
Unfortunately, someone rear-ended her and ended up taking off. That person who rear-ended them ended up buying
Dobry content.
I have and how much it cost. Over the past few weeks, I've been collecting all the parts needed. Start off with, I got a quarter panel along with the whole rear end assembly. I got this from a pick and pull junkyard. This took me a few hours to get out of the junkyard with just a couple batteries and a Sawzall. And while I was actually removing this, I was pulling it off, had the last little bit of metal to cut off, and unfortunately it bounced back and sliced my hand open, and I actually had to get 5 stitches in my hand. It was kind of a freak accident. It really popped off the car and launched back at me. I didn't expect it to happen. My hand wasn't in anything super sharp. It was actually in this piece right here, which is, it's a little sharp. It ended up slicing all my fingers and getting my middle finger and my pointer finger. Hard to make sure you wear gloves. I'm gonna learn this. I needed off, it was already taken. Right, so the bottom has $180, new lights, new backup camera. All this came complete with it. That was $280. These hinges I got at the junkyard, so that's already added into the price of the quarter panel. And this right here is a brand new front bumper along with a new grille. That right there complete was $150. And lastly, I needed some new tail lights, and that was $101. Overall, this is a very good I wanted to give you guys a full blow, that way I can go ahead and...
No dobra, dawaj, kurwa, rób tę furę.
Actually need this, and I do not want to be able to... All you do is make sure this thing has full charge.
Też mam takie coś.
Charger included. Also, if you hold down the power button, you get a flashlight.
Też by przydało mi się do domu to wziąć naładować.
Take the cable in piece and plug it
Też mam takie
into
coś,
the
no.
port. Hook it up, negative to negative, positive to positive. If you look right here, got a green light. Should be ready to go. Car also came with 2 keys. Easy as that. With Father's Day coming up, link for this is... This thing got wrecked back in the water. And this right... I don't think this thing is gonna have any problem. Got a wasp nest right here. It's looking really good though. I'm pulling it out enough to be able to get in there and cut off all the parts that I need to. And with it all folded in on each other, that just makes it a lot more difficult. So pull a bit more. Not too bad. It's a little mangled. A lot more.
Dobra, w chuj.
One thing I noticed.
Jak
Not
on
too
to
much
zdjął?
water. Expect a lot more. One thing I noticed I'm going to replace is this. This is actually a sensor that tells you when someone's next to you. The quarter panel I bought did not come with a new one, so I'm going to have to find that part and replace it. I have seen videos of people replacing these, and it's a little bit tricky, because if it's not aligned 100%, you're going to throw codes, and it's going to make sure... And it's going to... This right here is a mini belt sander, and it's going to cut through these spot welds so fast.
No samochód to kurwa jak nowy. Tak naprawdę. Ten samochód jak nowy. Od środka.
Looks to be lining up pretty good. I'm gonna have to cut this down a little bit, line it up right. Same thing down here. And I also need to pull it off, get it all prepped and ready to be welded. Clean off all that old seam sealer, prep all the holes for spot welding. You can see right here, I kind of messed up this new panel. Behind this is some panel bond, and that stuff is just really hard to get off without damaging your panel. I'm gonna try to clean this up as well as I can. I'm gonna have to add some body filler, but we'll get that looking really good before we paint.
Cięcie blachy to jest zajęcie. No ale kurwa raz dwa założy. No.
This taillight came broken, so I'm gonna have to replace that. But everything else is lining up pretty good. These are aftermarket taillights, so they're not absolutely perfect.
Ram pam pam
Yeah, it's
pam.
been cracked right there.
Jest i on.
And this side, the gap
Mordinci cinci.
the taillight's not really lining up.
Mordinci cinci.
I think it's just these
Naprawiamy furę na streamie.
Siema z
rana.
Siema siema.
Look good all the way around. Now we can take this thing completely back apart, put some panel bond right behind this.
Jajecznicę dzisiaj walilem z kiełbaska.
Ale nie z mikrofali,
Na kolację.
ale nie z mikrofali. Bo jak powiesz mi, że z mikrofali, to kurwa powiem ci, że ci nie uwierzę.
Z patelni na masełku.
No i prawidłowo, po polsku kurwa, nie po szkocku. No to spoko. Ja teraz ten filmik oglądam. Myślałem, że druid będzie to. Na jakieś Team Hunci niby się poszło, a to szkiripiri. Cały dzień poza domem, wiesz, jakiś czas temu też wróciłem. To on kurwa już tak posklejał tak szybko? Ciekawe. To też trzeba mieć kurwa dobry łeb do takiej naprawy. I cierpliwości. O. Wszystko kurwa nakleja jakieś.
Inside done. Outside done. Not perfect, but it seems sealed. No water's getting in or out.
O, fajny sprzęt pod chałupą, kurwa. Co? To jest sprzęt na działce. Podchodzisz i bęk. Co ma? W sumie jak się ma sprężarkę i gdzieś na garażu, to dobrze tak kurwa sprężarką wszystko wytrzepać.
I'm not the kind of person to bash anyone or talk negatively about them, but I do want to talk about this previous repair and make sure no one gets ripped off, kind of like these guys did. The previous owner told me it got in a small fender bender, and it went through insurance and got the front bumper fixed along with that fender and probably the hood, since the hood has also been repainted. Whatever shop they ended up taking it to really, to put it bluntly, screwed them over, because this is not proper. Looks like they just pulled this back out and didn't replace it. This is just held on by 4 or 5 bolts and easily replaceable. And this is a major thing that protects you in a crash. So to pull it back out and not replace it is very shady, to say the least. Not to mention this fender is aftermarket, which isn't that big of a deal, but still, if they charge them for OEM and bought a cheap aftermarket one, also a shady thing to do. And don't even get me started on this bumper. This is the original bumper that they glued together in multiple different spots. All this right here has been glued together. And this fog light or turn signal, just completely glued on. They didn't fix it, they didn't do anything right. I don't know how you can call yourself a body shop and do this and send it on its way. This is absolutely unacceptable and pretty embarrassing. And the fact they went through insurance and
No tym bardziej, że dużo części można dostać bezpośrednio na takim, wiecie,
crazy that you can't trust it.
złomie, co oni tam mają, a
Guys
tam
get in a little
wpójmy.
wreck or a fender bender and insurance fix it. Walk over it before it gets approved. Make sure you see all the receipts and everything they replaced, and make sure it lines up with what they said they replaced.
Ale też musi spełniać warunki bezpieczeństwa.
This might have actually happened in the wreck because it got pushed forward into another car. But considering the rust on it and the fact that the bumper was held on by a bunch of random screws, not any of the proper hardware at all, you can probably guess that's from the original accident and not this new one. I'm going to clean this up and replace everything I need to fix, and maybe take these headlights out and clean those up too.
Wodę opalał, żeby się nie kurzyło.
Primer's all laid down. Looks good. The black primer that they say it is not really primer. And you really shouldn't put your base coat over that, so make sure you put new primer down.
Kurwa, nawet żeby pomalować, trzeba wszystko rozkręcać, nie? Aż jebanie. Rosji, dziękuję za obserwację.
I'm ready to lay down some paint. Obviously, I can't paint it all in one go because there's multiple things I have to paint. Also, my shop is not big enough to paint everything, so I'm gonna do it in sections. I'm gonna paint these bumpers in one go off the car. I just think it's gonna be easier that way. And then over here on the car itself, I'm gonna paint this back section that's covered by the bumper, along with up here and inside this door jamb. I'm gonna blend this out and then hopefully buff out the clear coat where I blend it. That's all ready to paint, and as for the paint, I got Eastwood's color matching OEM paint. Eastwood has been mixing OEM paint for a while now, and it's doing a couple days. It's also the closest color matching paint I've ever used. They come in these regular cans, or you can actually get it in a spray paint way. Got 2 cans of...
Nie no, to spoko to od środka, ten tak wymienia część po prostu, nie?
Coats on. Ready for clear.
Relakiem. Ale to jak się kurzy tam. Na zewnątrz, na dworze? Nie no, ładnie pomalował moje zdaniem. To myślałem, że to szluger. A przyszła tabelka, mów. O.
And that right there is a really good stopping point for this episode. I went ahead and bought a new battery, got that taken out and reinstalled, and now starts up and moves on its own. It helps a lot being able to move this thing in and out of the garage. That way I can clean it, clean the car, and clean the garage very well before a paint job. Prevent dirt and bugs and anything from getting in the paint. It is a garage paint job, so it's not going to be perfect, but these parts that I already painted turned out really awesome. Very minimal dust. I don't think anyone's going to notice any problem with them. It's a close match. I put the front bumper on to see color is as close as you can get. Also on that back door to quarter panel transition, where I'm gonna have to paint that whole quarter panel, it looks to be just about perfect. That's gonna help tremendously with painting this thing. I won't have to completely disassemble this whole car. Just a couple little blend panels and this thing's gonna look tipped. Look into it too much, I'm not sure. Look into hope place. It has been bumper, get all that put back together. Just a lot of little things I'm waiting for, and painting the rest of this is gonna take at least 4 or 5 more days. So stay tuned. Have into it, how much I have into it, see if I can learn anything, letters, people kind of show, but I think it'd be really cool to have a requirement. My build, I have, also just also my email.
To już, kurwa, koniec.
Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next episode. Bye.
Tyle?
We just won this Hellcat Red Eye at the salvage auction for pennies on the dollar, though, given the circumstances, I do suppose that's fair. Believe it or not, buying junk cars like this is a hack we've used time and time again to build some of our craziest cars for way less money than you might think. Take, for example, this Red Eye engine with a big 2.7-liter supercharger sitting on the top of it. You could buy one straight from Dodge for 23 grand. You could hit up eBay and buy one for about $19,000, or you could buy this entire Hellcat Red Eye for that same 19 grand. Don't get me wrong, we're still taking a huge risk here. After all, this was an incredibly hard wreck, and if we find that the engine got damaged, we could lose a lot of money real fast. But if it's just the body that got destroyed, if all the important parts survived, we could end up with this $20-some-thousand engine for a couple grand, maybe even free.
No ciekawe, w chuj.
The idea here is we should be able to sell off all the extra parts and recoup as much of the $19,100 we paid for this as possible, thus giving us a Red Eye engine for the cheap. In theory, it sounds super simple, but it gets slightly less simple when you realize how freaking bad this thing got smoked.
This is really bad.
It's rough. It's really rough. This is one of the only banana-shaped Hellcats I've seen come through the shop, and yeah, there should essentially be car where you are. If I had to take a guess as to how this happened, I'd probably say it spun sideways into a pole right about there, and there's really not much on this driver's side that didn't get just completely smashed in. There's the fact that the roof is all buckled up, and then I assume cut by the fire department to try to free up the door after the accident. Wow. This is my view from the driver's seat. For as bad as it looks, it somehow still doesn't do it justice. The steering wheel's pushed over so far that it's decided to operate them inches. This is just for our parts that works if you can way that it's going
No rozjebany samochód, no po prostu.
But that usually destroys the engine too. So
Że co?
damage the engine that we're trying to get out of it. Fixable Red Eyes, they're all 30 grand plus, so they're out. Now, there are a ton of Hellcats that have got smoked in the front end, available for cheap on the auction sites, but that usually destroys the engine too, so that doesn't do us much good. So cars like this that have got hit hard in the sides, maybe even a heavy rear end wreck, they really are the perfect ones. Now, before we start ripping old girl apart, we're gonna try to get some type of power to the body, mainly so we can get a mileage off the gauge cluster, but also because I kind of just want to see what happens. Unfortunately, I guess the tow yard, maybe the fire department, cut the battery cable going into the chassis, so right now, wouldn't have any power. It's not the most uncommon thing in the world to do it to prevent any kind of fire in case there's some frayed wires, something shorting out. We are gonna strip this back and I guess try to clamp it to the battery terminal. The vehicle history report on this thing says it has like 1,500 miles on it, but it was a few years ago, so I don't necessarily buy it. Hopefully, we can get an actual mileage here. Not yet. You ready?
No.
You really backed up.
Yeah.
You really backed up.
Yeah. Okay.
Did anything happen?
Nothing.
Okay. We did get a key with this thing. That I didn't expect that.
What is that?
I guess it's an aftermarket alarm. Quite annoying if I say so. Let's see. Oh, we got a gauge cluster. We should have mileage. Let's just, break the dashboard out of the way so we can see the gauge cluster. Oh, whoa, hold on. Okay, everything's happening. Number one, 20,400 miles. That's awesome. Number two, it just cranked. Things are freaking out in here. As you would expect, every single light is on the dashboard, but I guess the brake pedal switch is engaged. It's acting like the brake is pushed down, so when I push the start button, this thing cranked, which brings up a good point, Fernando. Yeah? There's no reason this shouldn't start if fuel. That's what I was about to say. Screw it. Well, I guess I don't have to press the brake. We've already established that. Whoa! Even when they're hit like this on the side, 9 times out of 10, they're not going to start. There should, theoretically at least, be so much wiring damage in here that something would prevent it from starting. This one time, we got very lucky. This, quite ironically, might be one of the quietest red-eye engines I've ever heard. There's no tapping, no weird knocking. It just sounds good. Though, I suppose with our newfound knowledge of it only having 20,000 miles, that kind of checks out. Fire it up.
Got a problem here.
You don't know how to use a gas pedal. That's the problem, right? So we didn't technically get away with no wiring damage. There's, I guess, something in between the throttle pedal and the ECU that's not letting the throttle body see that you're pushing the throttle. Not only do we have no throttle, but the shifter, we can't get that out of park. That might be because the physical assembly's all bound up, the console being pushed over. There's a lot wrong.
A samochód zajebisty, spoko.
I'm concerned there's even more right. It's so funny. Everything in here still works. The radio. Okay, maybe not the HVAC, but the gauge cluster. Yep, we got turn signal still. It's weird to see all this stuff still lighting up and functioning, just not at all being in the right place, though. I do suppose, for our purposes, we've kind of seen enough. Nailed it. When these cars get hit on the side like this, they do often break this fuel pump hanger. These red eyes have the same exact dual fuel pump that the Demons do, so not only are they worth a ton of money, we actually use them in a lot of projects here too. Again, if this housing isn't cracked. A lot of times, not only will this housing break, but where these metal rods go into the housing, that'll crack. But this time, it truly looks like we got a good fuel pump unit. One just pro fuel pump tip here. If you do want to try to swap a dual fuel pump setup like this into a car that wasn't supposed to come with, like a regular Hellcat, maybe even a scat pack, though I haven't done that myself. You will also need this unit, which is currently just pouring fuel back into the car. And now that we got our interior stripped clean, at least if anything useful, we can see exactly how much money we were able to make back. We got ourselves about 500 bucks in this driver steering wheel airbag, though I still don't quite understand how it's in one piece. We got 100 bucks for our climate control and SRT buttons. Call it $100 for our center console trim and our red carbon fiber shifter handle. We got 300 bucks in the gauge cluster, that we probably will have to replace this cover with one out of a V6 car or something if we want to get $300 out of it. Got, call it 500 bucks for our radio screen. Got 150 bucks for that red eye vent panel, $500 for the fuel pump setup, and then we have the miscellaneous bin. We'll call this 100 bucks. We got floor mats, a headrest off the driver's seat, the center console. We got the rear seats, which are actually quite expensive. We'll call those 300. Grand total for our interior and fuel pump, 2,550 bucks.
Great.
In the grand scheme of things, when we have to make up almost $19,000, it's really not
Ciekawe.
much. But considering what I thought we were going to get out of this interior, which is maybe $1,000, home run. Under normal circumstances, we'd be able to pull our front bumper off, no problem, but as you probably imagine on this car, there are lights everywhere. Starting with, of course, this LED Hellcat logo in the front grille, which actually might look kind of cool. Seems like a lot for a front grille badge. Some kind of a wood screen. But other than sure. Probably have to replace this one too. That one's cracked. For this damage, it is amazing that it was engine out, look around it, because you never know what you're gonna find. But in this case, we ain't found shit. It truly looks like we've hit a home run here. The block, the heads, even the oil pan, everything's just ultra clean. It really does look like a 20,000 mile motor. And one thing, just in case you guys didn't know, Hellcat blocks, they're orange. Red Eye and Demon blocks, they're red. So it is, of course, an original Red Eye block, not that we had any doubts about that. There's that little bit of damage we saw in the transmission oil pan lip earlier. The motor mounts, don't trust those, so we just left those with the subframe and tossed them in the trash. But other than that, there's truly no damage to this thing, which, yes, it was what we were hoping for, but it's always nice when it turns out the way you expected it to. So we got ourselves a sick engine. Now the only question left is how sick of a deal was it? Like it never left. Now I think it's perfectly fair to say the transmission for just over $1,000. Now keep in mind, this is what these parts are worth, but say somebody across the country buys them, then you gotta ship them. There's a lot of money that ends up coming out of this. Fees on a platform like eBay, if you sell them there, there's of course the off chance that you sell somebody a part, it ends up not working right, and you gotta send them their money back. So getting engines this way, it is not without its risks, and it is by no means a quick and easy thing to do, especially if you're working in a home garage or a backyard, don't have access to something like a lift. But this time,
Something like a lift.
Proven to be a great way to get a very expensive engine really cheap. Now, as for what we're gonna do with this engine we've procured ourselves, I don't know. I knew what I was gonna do with it if it was bad. I was gonna build it and put it in a certain other car. But now that we know we have this gem on our hands, we certainly can't tear this one down to build it and put it in a certain car. So I don't know, maybe we save this whole drivetrain exactly as it is to stick in something else, or I don't know, maybe we end up selling it and using that money to fund an engine to put into a certain car.
Yeah, it's not a Hellcat. Wait. You got a lighter next to the fuel tank?
Kurwa, zjarany.
Buying the cheapest Dodge Demon on the planet. At face value, it sounds like a good idea. Getting a $100,000 car for under 20 grand? A no-brainer if I've ever heard one. I even asked you guys if I should buy this Mopar Legend, and of course the overwhelming majority of you said absolutely not. This made me take a step back and weigh the risks of buying a Demon in this condition, but after deliberating for nearly 5 minutes, well, I obviously bought it. And this is what we're left with. One completely destroyed 2018 Dodge Demon. The plan? Build my version of the ultimate American muscle car. But we have a lot, and I do mean a lot of work to do before we get there. Means the finish line is just a little bit closer. What better way to start off this massive amount of work we're about to do than with a little good old-fashioned procrastination? But to be fair, I've been waiting on some of these parts for a very long time. First off, from our friends at Steve White Dodge Chrysler, they sent us this radiator support. This is the one I planned on sourcing used, but after like 10 unsuccessful attempts to grab one off a donor car, I just had to order it new. Every single used one we came across had this plastic side piece broke off one side or another. And of course, the original one on the car, it's completely melted off. This is gonna finally allow us to fix that zip tie headlight problem, and hopefully that'll be the last of the zip ties we have to use on this project. Keep in mind, I said hopefully, though I do find it unlikely. Next up, this sway bar, which is incredibly light. We'll get into this in a little bit. The big box is what we're really here for. Of all the OEM Demon parts we ordered for this build, this one I wasn't sure we were ever gonna see. And in case you can't tell what it is because it's masterfully disguised in packing material, it's the hood. When I originally ordered this, Dodge couldn't even tell me if this thing was gonna be produced. You have to own a Demon, you have to provide them a VIN to be able to buy this. Apparently that doesn't happen often. I don't even think they had the correct tooling set up to do this. And for as cool as this is, for as hard as this was to acquire, what's in this box here might be even better. And no, I don't mean the top secret briefcase. I'm of course talking about what's in this box. This is our supercharger from Kong Performance. Believe it or not, it's the one that originally came on this car. Remember the one that was completely crispy, the lid was warped, it was all jacked up. In fact, is there an opposite of jacked up?
Mint, probably?
Mint. Mint's a good word for it. Our good friends at Kong Performance went over this entire blower. They inspected the internals, they gave us the okay to use them. Not only that, but they rebuilt the entire supercharger, and they did what they do best. It made it so it's gonna make just a little more power. They ported the snout, they put a smaller pulley on it, and they replaced the lid because our old one was unfortunately warped. Though this one does have the wrong badge on it, we're gonna have to do something about that. We can't have people think of my mint condition collector grade Dodge Demon's a Hellcat when they pop the hood. Truthfully, I have no clue what kind of power this is gonna make. My original plan was to leave power for way down the road. I just wanted to get the chassis sorted for obvious reasons. But when they asked if I wanted them to port it, throw a smaller pulley on it while the blower was there anyway for a rebuild, I just couldn't. But this trans has like 3 plugs, and this doesn't plug into any of them. This 6-speed manual transmission is called a TR6060, and the center section, which is the important part, is the same as pretty much every other TR6060 that came in, say, a Camaro or Corvette. The tail section is different, the bell housing is different, but the sensors are the same. One single module is the only thing holding us up. Clutch switch work. Other than that stuff, the rest of the differences we found are completely package related. These are the clutch is in. Yes. There we go. I've never been so happy to hear something turn over one single time. Sick. I don't this one done. Now, created a few demons, but to get creative to power this, use to power after we can get it to open it was going to be. I have a total of 6 wires coming in, a gray and black red eye harness. It was a fuel pump connector. Perfectly fine until we get over here to the single. 30% more than we need. It should make sense, but I'm still kind of worried. If there's ever something's gonna burn this car down, it's definitely this, right? This terrible contraption we've just made to siphon the gas out of the tank.
It's a professional method. Well, I know what you're talking about.
Okay. Look at all that junk down there in the bottom of the tank. Let's see if we can suck that out. Oh yeah, there we go. Probably destroying that $5 Amazon fuel pump. And I think we've officially got every last drop. And I don't know, how you feel about this, Fernando?
That color is kind of suspicious. Like, I don't know.
Still smells like gas. I don't think it's bad, but it's definitely pretty disgusting. And this is from that purple red eye that we bought at least 9 months ago. It was sitting for who knows how long before that. I don't know. I'm optimistic this E85 is gonna fix it.
I think it's gonna be the MPG with this thing.
It's gonna be the GPM, not the MPG, all right? I think we're ready for round 2 here. We're gonna try to be a little smarter about it this time. If it'll move under its own power, we're gonna pull it right outside so we keep the shot workable. It's driving! Sort of. I don't know how well it's driving. Oh, it's driving. It's driving. I should probably take it back. I have no clue. Stuff's leaking. The coolant's open. Yeah, let's take it back. Holy sh! We just drove the demon. It drives!
Everything looks good.
It does. I feel like I'm ready to just jump in something. There's gonna be stuff spraying. No, everything looks really good. I think there's a way to find it on the dash or on the radio, but here in our VCM scanner, 77.7 pounds of oil pressure. Gucci. I know I just have this stupid look on my face right now. I'm happy. If I don't find an intersection to destroy right now, things aren't going to go well. One thing that I did immediately notice upon driving, that mirror that is definitely locked in place. It's not melted in place at the right angle. I can't see anything. I was able to find these gauges on the screen here. The boost pressure, that works. The intercooler coolant temperature, that is absurdly high. And I don't know if that means the pump's not working, even though we heard it recently. It's got fluid in there, but I don't know, that doesn't look like that fluid's moving. This isn't even hot. Yeah, that's cool. The heat exchanger, cool. Lines, lukewarm. I don't think that pump's turning on, and it makes sense because we have a code here from invalid data received from charge air coolant pump. I know that's a mouthful. The intercooler pump I put on this car was something I took off a silver 2015 Hellcat way back when. But after a little bit of research, it turns out though the pumps are physically the same and even the pinouts are the same, the 2015 to 2017 pumps aren't compatible with 2018 and up wiring systems. Assuming that information is correct, the intercooler pump might pulse, it might make a little noise, but it's not going to operate as it should. There we are. Not only is this thing supposedly the wrong pump, it also doesn't really look that good. The inside of the pins, they're really corroded looking. Either way, not a problem, because we got the perfect donor car. She's back, here to save the day for the demon once again. Now, if you haven't seen this car before, it means, first and foremost, you're not subscribed to my channel, and what better time than now? I'll put a link in the description. Go watch this video. It's one of the best buys I've had in quite some time. But two, and more importantly, now that the Demon is almost done, we can get working on this thing, and truthfully, it's probably gonna be a cooler project than the Demon. I have something wild in store for this. What I found out in my whole 45 seconds of Googling about this issue is that the newer versions have a yellow tag. Looks yellow to me, should work. Now, if this works as it should, when I hop in here, turn on accessory, we should hear that pump run. I don't hear anything. Maybe we need to start it. You guys are gonna have to take my word for it because I am positive you can't hear it. But if you squeeze the hose, you can feel a vibration. I am 99% sure at least this is running. I know this is rare, but we decided to use our brains for once. If you pull the power to it, it stops immediately. We're good, we got it, it's fixed. After so long that this car was just a nightmare, and that's probably putting it lightly, to fix stuff and have it work is a very odd feeling. But I'm not complaining, I love it. Can't believe this thing's on a public street. And I'm not one to really get sentimental about cars. I know this is kind of a piece of junk. It makes no sense whatsoever to rebuild a chassis that was in this kind of shape. But the fact that if we didn't do something so stupid, this demon would surely be in a scrap heap right now. It would have never saw the road again. That means something to me, and I'm quite proud of it. Now that's quite enough about our feelings. The goal here wasn't just to make this thing drive on a public road, it was to make it drive really, really well. And it does. Trust me, I was shocked as well. Suspension from like 7 different cars, not an alignment rack in sight, and it just drives awesome. At least from a rolling down the highway standpoint. Now there's a ton of work we have to do before we can even think about laying into this, before we can do a burnout or have really any fun at all. We data log this entire trip, that way we can take it back to the shop, make the necessary adjustments, and then hopefully have some fun. Doesn't break. I know. All right, just place it. Again. One more? Oh yeah, there we go. Well, I guess I'd rather the belt shred now than own the dyno. Either way, we gotta go hunt down some belts pronto. All right, we have ourselves an assortment of belts here, the size that was originally on the car, and a few that are just a bit smaller so we can get this hunk back on the road. And you know what? You look sharp today.
Did it look different too?
I don't know what it is. Looking good this morning.
Probably the gym is already kicking in,
It's
right?
gotta be.
Okay.
After thinking over all the reasons this could have possibly happened, I'm thinking it's because we have all this room left in the tensioner. This is a replacement belt for a stock size upper pulley. That left some slack in the belt. The longer the belt, the less the tensioner is tensioning, which is probably why it jumped off. Look at that. Complete destruction all the way around. That's nasty.
Demon power, you know?
Demon power, yes. So I'm thinking we're gonna start with the smallest one, and if we can fit it on, this should do the job. It's almost a ½ inch smaller, which doesn't sound like a lot, but trust me, it is. Now, because of this unexpected failure, it really cut into my time to tell you about the new special edition, if you will, demon shirts I made. I was gonna give you guys the rundown about how I made special shirts just because we got the demon running. Now I'm not gonna be able to do that. I'm not gonna be able to tell you guys that they're for sale at leasecparts.com or that there's a link in the description. I was hoping to tell you guys how nice and high quality these things are and hopes you guys will be just as pumped as I am about them, but instead we got stuck here fixing a belt, which I think we did. That tensioner is much more centered now, and I'm thinking if we have problems with this one too, we can even go a little bit smaller. But just for now, we're gonna hope this one works, go do a little more data logging, and hopefully see you at the dyno. For so long now. Since we fixed this belt issue, we've just been chasing down really minor but tedious problems with the car. We got it running, we got it driving pretty much flawlessly at this point. We even drove it here today in the rain. Not gonna say that the drive was fun by any means. At this point, I have no clue what the car is gonna make. 600 horsepower, 800 horsepower, 900 horsepower, I don't know. Let's do our first pull, see where we're starting at, and go from there. We got to be nervous about, and it didn't blow up at Looks like it's still intact. There's no holes in anything. 809 horsepower. Now, we should make more than that. We're just getting started, but how can we be mad at that?
So what's your guess now?
I don't know, run number 2, thinking we pick up 20, 30 horsepower. Let's find out. What do we do?
Less?
Maybe it's hot. That is going to be the number one thing we're fighting against today, the heat soak on this car. Because remember, we're on stop cooling system. All right, so we're getting there. Now, I think stock Demons make something like 720, 740 horsepower on the race PCM and 100 octane. But this, we already have that covered by a good bit. And yes, I'm sure a lot of that has to do with the fact that we're sending the power through a manual transmission and not the 8-speed automatic that was, well, formerly in this car. Are we joining the 1,000 horsepower club today? Absolutely not, but it feels so good to have driven this car here on the street, making dyno pull after dyno pull after dyno pull, no issues. This is what all this work's been for. All the cussing, all the stressing, all the problems, the parts delays, the constant issues. It's worth it. It's all worth it. I think we might have found our limitation here. We've been consulting with Flying Ryan Performance on the electrical side of this build today, and it looks like fuel pressure up top is dropping off just a little bit. Now, we have plenty of injectors, but we do still have the stock fuel rails in those stock fuel pumps we installed earlier. And because of that, I think we found the limitation of how high we can turn it up today at least. But we're gonna give it one more run, and whatever number shows up on that screen, that's what she makes. $822 horsepower. So I guess we technically beat a stock Demon by like 100, but at this point, I don't care about the number on the screen. We get to drive this thing out of here. It's in one piece. The build's finished.
It's success.
Successful.
We can call it.
This is much success.
You know what's funny? You say, I'm just gonna make this thing drive.
Look, the furious. Didn't expect business. Horsepower, what's this thing weigh? 4,500 pounds? 4,131 pounds. 150 pounds lighter than a stock Demon and just a really horrendous weight balance to go along with it.
Feels faster than I thought. It doesn't feel less sketchy than what I thought.
It feels like good, even though when it broke loose,
it's straight. Yes, ain't scary at all.
How is this car not scary? It drives so well.
Yes.
I don't get it. We still haven't got an alignment on this thing. Believe it or not.
Fair point.
I know that's stupid. You guys definitely shouldn't do that. You build a new car, you get an alignment, don't go out beating on it. But the thing is straight as an arrow. There's not even any weird like creaks, groans. The roof hasn't popped off of it yet. Every light on the dashboard's on right now. We are definitely low on gas, but the thing's just awesome. It still works so well.
How are Mopar guys now?
That's a good question. I mean, I do like this thing. I don't think I'm really a guy with a Mopar anymore, because I'm a guy with like 5 Mopars at this point. There are some you guys haven't heard of at all yet. One you'll hear of, well, today. And yeah, more in the works. F it. Apparently, we're Mopar guys. What more can we possibly say about the Demon? We did it. We brought it back. I know it took a while, but to make up for it, I'm dropping a brand new Demon power field right now. The link's in the description. Thank you so much for all the support you've shown. I could not have done this without you. As for what's next with the Demon, I don't know. Let me know what you guys want to see. I'll definitely spray the out of it. 800 horsepower is cool, but 1,000 horsepower, that's
Pokazał.
more cool. We need more power is basically more or less what I'm getting at here. And if we can do it, we'll join the most prestigious club in motorsports for the 3rd time. As for how we're gonna accomplish this, more fuel, better cooling, nitrous. Oh, and then we're gonna hit the road for an ECU setup that just got released, but we'll talk more about that later. Now for this go around the mods, we're gonna do things a little bit differently. Instead of focusing on one system at a time, we're just gonna go front to back. We're off to a rocket start, obviously.
Dobra. Ja muszę jeszcze zrobić. Także zachęcam, kochani, do subskrypcji, żeby być na bieżąco. Jutro z rańca poekspimy. Także full luz, full blues.